Hello, everybody. What is up? It is Helmy, and I am here for week number one of the UDL, the United Draft League. And they're doing something very interesting. They're taking you draft one team from ORS, one team from USUM, and then one team from Sword and Shield, and then you have a whole season of that. So it's alternating every 3 weeks. So I am all down for this. I not really a fan of the current meta of Sword and Shield, but I enjoy other other past draft leagues that I've been in other gens, so I was totally down for this. Uh, I can go over my team right now. So I drafted obviously uh, Kieran Black, Reuniclus, Hutran, Minchino, Whimsicott, Tentacool, Dugtrio, Manectric, Mega Arrow, and then Furfu. And so week one, it's ORS, and we are here against Akki. And so he asked me like maybe 3 rounds of the draft about drafting Mega Heracross. He always wants to know if I'm going for it because he was thinking about using it, and he haven't used it in a while. So I was obviously let him use it, and then week one I have to face it, which I know how to handle Mega Heracross. I know how to use it. And I know how to get around it most of the time. But on Aki's team, we have Darkrai, Keldeo, Klefki, Gliscor, Mega Heracross, Quillfish, Azelf, Chansey, Braviary, and Avalugg. So I'm just going to go over my team that I prepped for this match. First off, we have Mega Arrow, and it is an adamant set made to outspeed max speed Darkrai, so it maxes out at 384. It's got Horn Claws, Fire Fang, Stone Edge, and Air Cutter, or Air Ace. And then we have Heatran with Choice Scarf, Eruption, Earth Power, Flash Cannon, and Stealth Rocks. In Aura's, the only way to get a Heatran with Eruption was by event, so it has to be Quiet Nature. This really hurt me because it could not outspeed either Keldeo or Darkrai or even Azelf on his team. So it couldn't really touch 3 mons that it really needed to. But other than that, it was very useful, I think, against his team. A Quiet Eruption is going to hit everything on his team. Next, I had Reuniclus with Assault Vest Regenerator with Shadow Ball, Psychic, Knockoff, and Psyshock. This was max special defense, so because I wanted to take hits. Knockoff was for Chansey, and I had double Psychic moves just in case to bait in this. Because even with Knockoff, I still think Psyshock was the best play for the last move, just because it could hit Chansey even harder. All right, next we have one of our walls for Mega Heracross. We have this Tentacool, and I messed up the set because I was overthinking it way too much, and I just somehow destroyed it. So it is a Tentacool. It was supposed to be Resto Chesto with Reflect type, but I changed it back to Black Sludge. But I messed that up. So it has Black classes with Clear Body. It has Reflect type, Rapid Spin, Ice Beam, Hidden Power Fire. It has enough base speed to outspeed Mega Heracross, and then max defense after that and max HP. So if this was Resto Chesto, it would have been Reflect type, Rapid Spin, Ice Beam, or Rapid Spin, Reflect type, Rest, and then Hidden Power Fire with Resto Chesto. And it was really good. I think this thing could have walled half this team. I decided out of Ice Beam in the end, but I still had it I decided to use Ice Beam because I thought Gliscor could hit my team a little too much, especially with the Kieran Black set that I was running. So next we have Kieran Black, which is a enough speed to outspeed his his Quillfish. So I have Sub, and it's enough HP. It's max HP with enough HP so that it can get a sub off on Chansey and still keep it if it goes for Seismic Toss. So it is Sub, Horn Claws, Free Shock, and Fusion Bolt with leftovers. I thought this thing was very effective for the team that he had. And then finally, we have a max defense Whimsicott with leftover Prankster, with Moonblast, Dunspoor, U-Turn, and Charm. It is mainly for the Mega Heracross. So let's get into this battle. I'm going to go slow and go through the plays. So I'm going to start off, obviously, with, I'm going to switch sides. So we're going to start off, he leads Keldeo, and I'm going to lead Whimsicott. I think to myself, I'm just going to go for U-Turn. He's not going to stay in. A Icy one's not going to do that much. And here I can get in my Heatran, and I think Heatran is very good right here. I can go for Stealth Rocks because I think it's going to pressure his team in any bit way. I can see he's Toxic Orb, so I know that he's not Defog. I'm going to go on Whimsicott because I can take an Earthquake. He's not going to go for Ice Fang on me, and he gets right out into Klefki again, so I can just go for U-Turn again and go out into Heatran. I do go for Sunstar just in case like he wanted to go for anything like Thunder Wave or Flash Cannon. I like the Sunspore on this just because it's not going to be that useful in the long run. He does go for Psyshock on the switch. I wanted to get out those hazards right away just because it's going to be a hazard in the late game with Heatran just Eruption not doing a lot. So here Psyshock did a 39%, and I thought, like, man, if I Reflect type here, I could have lived at least 2 more, for sure. It would have been doing 40, around 10% if I had Reflect type, because it's a ×4 change. So I thought it would be, if I could live another Rapid Spin, or another Psyshock, I didn't really consider this. I also didn't notice that I wasn't getting HP back, so my Black Sludge was actually Black Glasses, and I didn't realize that until after the game. So I just messed up the set. That's just me. I did just let this thing die to a crit right here, and it goes down, which is a real problem for Keldeo because that Keldeo can just come in whenever it wants. I can go out into Heatran now and go for an Eruption and just take it out. That crit was in it was not in my favor. Any HP investment would have taken that. He goes out into Keldeo and makes the great double into Reuniclus. I should have made the big ball play and stayed in there and went for Eruption because he was not going to be able to touch me in any which way. I think the max he could do with Hydro Pump was like around 85 maybe, because it turns out that he was Scarfed, and that's what also I prepped for. So yeah, I go for a Moonblast here, and I could just U-turn out again and go back out into Heatran and get an Eruption just free. It's this slow residual damage of 12% is gonna end up being like the crutch in the end. I feel like that lowering the Eruption's damage is a great play by my opponent. I go into Reuniclus here knowing that I can knock this thing off, and putting up Stealth Rocks is basically like sealing away that Heatran's Eruption's not gonna do a lot. I'm gonna sack Whimsicott here, and I can go out into Heatran just to get off a nice Flash Cannon because Eruption's not going to be doing a lot with Dark Pulse. Here I think going out into Arrow may have been a better play, but I did not know if he was Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs from that damage on Whimsicott. I do not think that 17% is enough to go on for Specs, but oh no, he was Life Orb, that's right. So I probably could have went on an Arrow. Because my Arrow is pretty bulky, and especially I had some bulk on it. because I could have used T-Tran for another switch in to Keldeo to stall out another game or stall out longer. Here he's gonna go for a Hydro Pump and he's gonna miss, and that's not gonna be that much of a problem. And here's where having double Psychic type really affected me because I knew the Darkrai was coming out. I just needed enough damage on it, and I could not. And that knockoff really sealed the deal because I could not control Keldeo, especially knowing that it was Scarf on the way it came in on my Mega Arrow. So here I have to sack it or go out into uh, hmm, Kieran Black because Kieran Black would have been the safest play. But I just didn't want to make that play just because I thought it was a risky play to lose Kieran Black, which was the thing that basically beat Chansey. Here I set up a sub, and I can go for an easy freeze dry or freeze shock, and it will 100% not kill Heracross. It does like 74 min to a max HP Heracross, I'm pretty sure. Something around that, but I got a crit. He was actually specially defensive and would have lived that. So here the Sega Sword comes out and he can take me out, and that just knows. Well, I knew that he was Scarf just from the way that he played it, and him switching out confirms that. I go for an Aerial Ace here, and he seals the 1-0 win. So I definitely could have played that better with Tentacool. That was, I think, my main crutch in this battle. I feel like this was definitely winnable for me. And even if I had Roost right there, a Skull did, I think, like 110 min. Like, Keldeo's amazing. A1 Mon right there. But all in all, I think that a 1-0 versus the GOAT is not that bad. I also think I really enjoy my rest of my drafts. I went full fun in Sword and Shield, and so it's just stuff that I like using. So it's a lot of like lower tier stuff, I think, and just stuff that I have fun using, and it's just it's all like stuff I'm comfortable with, and I'm not really trying to go out for like hyper defensive or stuff like that. It's all a lot of hyper offense with trapping, which is definitely my style. So I'm pretty sure next week we will be playing Sun and Moon, and we will be going against Ice. So I think I hacked him out last year in our last season, and I am looking forward to playing him again. He is a great battler, and I'm looking forward to I can't remember what I exactly have, because I know I have let's see. Hmm. Yeah, so I have Ashgren with a lot of fun stuff. I have Zapdos, Mega Venusaur, Latias, Buzzwole, Chansey, Alolan Marowak, which currently I am just in love with that thing. It is amazing. I have Comfey, Aggron, and Gumshoe with Zedgren, Aggron, and Gumshoe, while my opponent has Magearna, Latios, Megalopunny, Manaphy, Crocodile, Crobat, Entei, Miltank, and Couladin. So I think this matchup is it's a very good matchup. I like it a lot. Obviously, Magearna can kind of run wild on my team if he does a current set that's running in OU with Calm Mind and Shift Gear with Stored Power. But I think it is a very even matchup with me having checks to that on my side. So be sure to come back again and See what's up with that. All right. See ya.